All right, let's dive into a really beautiful story today. It's called The Silver Key and the Chain of Kindness. And it's all about how, sometimes losing something that feels so important can actually lead you to find something or someone even better.
Before we jump in, let me ask you something. Have you ever lost something that just felt like you could never replace it? I'm not talking about something expensive, but something that meant the world to you. Just think about that feeling for a second, because that's exactly where we're going to start with our main character, Anna. So picture this, a busy city called Riverton, and right in the middle of it all, we have Anna. She's a teacher, and she really loves the simple things in life, like riding her bike to school every day, and of course, helping her students. Now, Anna had one thing that she treasured more than anything else. It was this little silver key. And it wasn't just any key, nope. This was the only key that could open a special wooden box from her grandmother. And inside that box, it was filled with all her family's most cherished photos and letters. Really special stuff.
And that brings us to a really important word for our story, precious. When we say something is precious, we mean it's super special and valuable, but not because of money. It's valuable because of the feelings and memories attached to it. Anna's key? That is the perfect example of something precious. Okay, so our story really gets going on this one Tuesday. The weather was not great. It was raining pretty hard, and that made all the city streets wet and, well, really slippery.
And hey, that's our next vocabulary word, slippery. When something is slippery, it's just really easy to slide on or fall. Think about a wet floor or maybe an icy road in the winter. So yeah, on this rainy day, the streets of Riverton were definitely very, very slippery.
So Anna gets to school just fine, no problem. But later, when it's time for lunch, she does something she always does. She reaches into her pocket to feel for that little key. But her hand finds nothing. Her pocket is empty. And in that moment, her heart just sinks. The key is gone.
Oh man, can you imagine that feeling? Just this wave of sadness and worry hitting her all at once? Because, see, it wasn't just a piece of metal she'd lost. It felt like her entire connection to her family, to all those precious memories. It felt like all of that had just disappeared.
So after school, Anna is just feeling totally defeated. She starts walking home, and on her way, she passes this cozy little coffee shop. It's called Sunny Beans. She decides, you know what, I'm going to go in and get a hot tea. She's just hoping it might make her feel even a tiny bit better. And as she's standing there at the counter, about to pay, she just happens to glance down at the floor, and something small and shiny catches her eye. Wait a second. Could it be?
Yes, it is. It's her key. Oh, that feeling of pure relief and joy just washes over, and she can't help but cry out, "That's mine!"
But wait, someone else saw it first. A kind-looking older man. He'd already bent down and picked it up. His name is Mr. Patel, and he just smiles as he holds it out for her. And this is where the whole story really changes. See, Mr. Patel doesn't just give her the key and walk away. He gives her something so much more valuable. He gives her empathy. He tells her, I lost something precious once too. A watch from my father. I know exactly how that feels. This whole moment just perfectly shows the two different kinds of value, right? On one hand, you have money value, things that are expensive. But on the other hand, you have feeling value. And that's what makes something truly precious. It's not about the cost, it's about the love, like a simple key that unlocks all those family memories. And then Mr. Patel says something that is really the whole heart of this story. He says, kindness is like a chain. It connects us all. Just think about that. Every single act of kindness is like another link, connecting us to other people. It builds this strong, beautiful bond, a lot like the keychain that used to hold Anna's key.
So Anna gets home, her precious key safely back in her hand, and the first thing she does is open that memory box from her grandmother. And guess what she finds inside? A letter. And it's almost like it was waiting there for her for this exact moment.
The letter says, always help others, and help will come back to you. Wow, it's like her grandmother's advice is reaching right through time, perfectly matching what Mr. Patel just did for her. It's a perfect example of that chain of kindness he was talking about.
And that one little meeting in the coffee shop, that wasn't the end of the story at all. It was actually the beginning. Anna and Mr. Patel became really good friends.
And their friendship really helped Anna grow. Mr. Patel taught her so much, including our last vocabulary word for today, patience. Patience is that ability to wait calmly, without getting upset. He showed her how powerful it is to just slow down and really listen, a skill that made her life so much richer.
But get this, the story doesn't even end there. That chain of kindness just kept getting longer. Anna started bringing her students, the ones learning English, to Sunnybeans so they could practice talking with Mr. Patel. So think about it. What started with one lost key grew into this wonderful little community of friends.
So what's the big takeaway from this whole story? Well, a few things, really. First, that even a tiny act of kindness can have a huge impact. Second, that the real value of something comes from our feelings, not from money. We also learn that you can find amazing friends in the most unexpected places. And maybe the most important lesson of all, the real treasures in our lives aren't things, they're the people we connect with. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Look at your own life. Who is a link in your chain of kindness? And maybe more importantly, whose chain can you be a link in today?